receive the federal funding, you can add another wing. You receive the federal funding, you can add another wing. Take your colleagues out to dinner, pay your brother to come and sing. Take your colleagues out to dinner, pay your brother to come and sing. You receive the federal funding, you can have a hefty grant.
What?
All you can talk about is the money.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's do this.
Hey everybody, it's Frank. I'm back. Dex, you know, I had a couple people say that they missed me, man. How are you doing today, buddy? Oh no, I muted him. Hold on. There he is. I muted you. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing great, my man. We missed Frank.
Yeah,
Frank is back.
Wait, first thing I gotta say, I think everybody listen. I'm like the hair club for men, except obviously not. But remember that guy? He was a client too. As a member of Pulsewave Trading, Dex, I got to say, dude, thanks for the incredible amount of hard work you've been doing. Let's face it, those of us who trade the markets, there's another side to this crisis that we got our eyes on. And some of it is to take opportunity, of course, but also to protect the investments that we have and stuff like that. And you've been so extremely helpful. And like, I don't know how you do it, man. You've been streaming like nonstop. So we really appreciate you, man. And I mean, yesterday you were giving dating advice. People are going to get married because of this, man.
I don't even know how we got on that subject, but you know, I try to answer questions as they come in the chat. And
I told people to watch out for Pulsewave Dating.
I know, right?
That's pulsewavedating.com.
Now, look, here's the powerful part. While I was talking about that, my wife was in the room.
Yeah, it was great.
She didn't interrupt me. I must know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Yeah, that's proof. I mean, you know, if the woman's sitting there and she's not interrupting you, it's good. Oh man, that sounded really bad.
and I didn't get the terrible look either.
You can get that look. That's good.
Like, what you talking about, Willis? You know, I didn't get that one.
Oh my goodness. I will not tell you the context because I'll be banned from the internet forever. But I was watching a documentary with my wife and daughter, and I took like the worst possible, most unacceptable position. They were mad at me for an hour. I'm like, guys, I'm just objectively, emotionally looking at it. This causes that. And they're like, that's wrong. I'm like, oh,
that's hilarious, man.
Really
see, this is the positive side of being under quarantine.
Yeah, there are some fun aspects. So, oh, look at this, Dex. Dave, that's
glad I found you again, back from the old days of Vulcan. Gonna break bread soon, homie. Hey, good to have you back, man. Thanks for the love, Dave. Thanks for the love. I gotta tell you guys,
getting a lot of messages like that.
It's been pandemonium, just period. Not just in the markets, but just period. You know what I'm saying? With the sheeple coming after those of us that know better, trying to shame us because we're not swallowing the lemonade. You know, it's all types of, and the weird part is that we're looking at the nationalization of our economy.
Yeah,
the government is buying up everybody.
It's unbelievable.
It's buying the citizens and it's buying the corporations. This is like fascism, textbook fascism.
Yeah, it's weird times. I don't know if I tend to be very hopeful and optimistic, but I was watching some news report last night and it just hit me like, man, what if we, could really get a hold of this thing and get out of this in 3 or 4 weeks? Wouldn't that, don't you think if we were able to get out of the situation, I mean, whether they want us to get out of the situation is the question. Let's say that there are some people making sense in the world and we get out of this sooner than people thought. Don't you think that could actually be really jumpstart the markets? What do you
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, that's something that I've been really strongly considering, is that, we already know it's not as bad as they would like it to be.
Yeah.
And that this is really, just like I said in today's pre-market pulse scan, this has been like a global PSYOP.
Right.
Since when can you get even 10 people in a room to agree on anything? But yet we have a unanimous decision across the GA and the G20 to do lockdowns and all this other stuff. They're doing things that will purposely bankrupt the global economy. So you have to ask yourself a question and follow the money and be like, who benefits? Who benefits when every store, every restaurant, everything just shuts down and locks down? Who benefits when the mom and pops go out of business? Who benefits where industries right now are on the verge of insolvency?
Yeah.
Who benefits by such a scorched earth tactic? I'll tell you who benefits. Is those that want to be in power. They're the ones that benefit, because then they can come out and say, we have a solution for you. Here's the solution. Put on these handcuffs.
It'll
Get in the back of the squad car, knuckle. Get in the back of the squad car, knuckle. We're going to take you down to the precinct where you're going to be safe. We're doing this for your own safety. And then they lock you up behind the bars of their control grid, behind the bars of their police state, their nanny state. That's who benefits. They do. They get total world order on the back of this. And they have people already begging for it. The citizenry are begging for it. So the PSYOP has worked. The PSYOP has been very successful. They're patting themselves on the back. Their decades long of brainwashing and propaganda has been an ultra success. All right. And it's scary that we have allowed this to take place. And you want to know something that's even more frightening than all of that? In November, they're going to vote all of the incumbents back into power.
Yeah.
So this is the real scary part of it. And for the most part, people sit back and do nothing. Think about it. They control the media 100%.
Yep.
They even control the internet now, so that if you say something they don't like, they can just scrub you off the internet.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, they'll just come and get you.
Mm-hmm.
They just come pick you up and claim that you are a terrorist threat, and they'll just disappear you. Or they can take the Obama route and just shoot you in the head, then come on national TV and say, the villain, the terrorist that we have told you about has been eliminated. He's been assassinated. Mm-hmm. And everyone will jump and cheer and high five themselves at your death. That's the kind of world we're living in right now.
I like what the dollar vigilante calls him, Barack drone bomber.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, man.
That's what
people are clamoring for it.
Names. It's what's that guy from Dollar Vigilante? Jeff Berwick. Well, we have a comment from the UK from a woman with the most British sounding name in history, so which makes me love it more. So welcome, Lorraine Weymouth from what is that? Jurassic Coast?
Jurassic Coast of UK. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome. All right, cool. So we are going to do an actual webinar, but me and Dex haven't talked in a few days. He's been working too hard, so we're catching up here. But hey, let us know. Listen, we're going to do some standard stuff. Just had a Pulsewave today talking about the system. We'll show you around our memberships. We know a lot of you have been watching the last few days and hearing what Dex has to say. And I always say this, and Dex, so far you've always agreed with me when I say this. All of the amazing, awesome, intricate observations you make on air, when it comes down to it and someone says, well, what do I do with that? At the end of the day, you always say, use the price triggers to ride the pulse waves.
Absolutely.
Am I wrong?
No, not at all.
I got in my reminders right now a very nice question from a new member just getting started. I get questions like this all the time from new members as they're sort of figuring out how our system works. And once again, my answer is going to be, oh, yeah, here's what you do. You use the price triggers to ride the pulse waves. In other words,
absolutely,
we use our daily reports to get in the markets. We use our daily reports to get out of the markets. And it's that simple. That, you know, the funny thing that I think people forget is the reason we call you the Vulcan is because you like to take all of the emotion out of trading. That's at least
That's correct.
Is that the full origin of the nickname, or is that part of it?
No, that is pretty much well, yeah, that's part of it. I take the emotion out of trading, and the way to do that is to use stops. If you don't use stops, then you're basically just asking for obliteration.
Yeah.
And you might as well just go ahead and just give all your money away to the poor.
And here's
find a homeless person on the street and just give them all your money, because that's what you're going to be doing anyway.
If you would have said, here's the thing, when you're saying you use stops, a year ago, you and I got together, I would have said, oh yeah, absolutely, put stop losses on your trades. That's not really what you mean. What you mean is you're using specific predefined price triggers that are spit out by your algorithm, which you spend all your time tweaking. You never stop with it.
Nope.
You're talking about using stops to get in the market, not just to get out of the market. And that's
correct.
The key shift that I think it took me so long to figure out what you were doing. You know, you and I partnered together. I've been doing a different thing, and I'm looking at your system and I'm going, wait a minute, if you think it's going to rally, how come I'm not buying it today?
Mm-hmm.
And you said something to me long ago that I thought, okay, now I've got to stop and reorient myself, because this cat knows what he's doing, but this is not what I learned. And you said, no, and this is what you said that made me see, okay, I've got to approach the market differently if I'm going to figure out Pulsewave trading. And you said, no, we don't buy low and sell high. We buy high and sell higher. We sell low and sell lower. Yeah, and what you mean is we're not guessing where something's going to go. We're getting confirmation where something goes because it hits our predefined triggers, which, by the way, we have the night before the market's open.
That's right.
We have our orders in place, and then we let the market tell us whether it's going to go bullish or bearish for the day.
Correct. And what we do is we let the market determine and tell us what we're going to do. Yeah. Sometimes we have to wait for the price to go higher before we can short it. Sometimes we have to wait for the price to go lower before we can buy it, and vice versa. Sometimes we have to wait for the price to go higher before we can buy it. Sometimes you have to wait for the price to go lower before we can short it. So it's a very sophisticated approach to the markets, but it's also a disciplined approach. Yeah, we don't just show you how to get in and out of markets. We show you how to manage all of your open positions using the POP method.
Yeah, because here's the thing, you know, trading is an extremely emotional thing. In fact, I've been doing a lot of quick forex webinars. By the way, folks, something that is new to Pulsewave Trading, we now just offer 3 webinars every week, 3 days a week. And so whenever you want to jump in and learn something, grab one of those webinars. They're tweaked to sort of start in a different place and focus on different things. But at the end of the day, all the webinars are going to show you how the system works and what to do with your dashboard and what the membership means, what the memberships mean. So, you know, check those out. Those are very useful to you. We have the links for those up on the website already for next week, except for the Friday one. Once this is over, we're going to update the Friday one. So you can register for the Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'm trying to catch up with Dex. He's so committed. I started doing an evening webinar. And Dex knows I'm like an old man. By like 5 o'clock, I stop being able to process information. So Wednesdays, I'm like taking a nap in the afternoon. I'm having an extra cup of coffee. So Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, for those of you who can't deal with my morning Eastern time webinars. So that's an important thing. But here's the thing with, you know, I've been talking a lot about Forex and getting in all this stuff. And, oh, cool. Wow. We've got someone coming in all the way from Australia. So first comments from the UK, then we've got one from Australia. Pretty awesome. But I lost my train of thought. I was saying something about Forex and now it's gone.
That's all right. You just as bad as me. I thought at least one of us will have our stuff together. Goodness, we both can't be absent-minded professors.
Usually one of us is on point, but I don't know. I got you know, Jen is always making fun of me saying that I have to accept my late life ADHD diagnosis that has been given to me by my wife and many of my friends. So I'm trying to just accept that and deal with it.
Yes, deal with it. Own your stuff, man.
But anyway, all right. So we were talking about taking the emotion out of trading, and we were talking about how we use these triggers to get in and out of the markets, and that's what these price triggers are all about. So let's look at this together. I'm sure it always comes back to me a couple minutes later. So whatever thought track I was on, it'll come back. So first off, we always like to say trading is risky. If you're going to trade, you can lose money, and you probably will at times lose money. We don't make promises of making people rich. but we've got a great system. It's wonderful for trading these markets. I would honestly, Dex, man, you ruined me for anything else. I don't know how I would trade without price triggers, because I look back at everything else I've used in the past and I go, man, that was just throwing darts, man. That was just crossing fingers. And I know a lot of us got into trading cryptos where there was a period of time there where if you were trading cryptos, you were literally the smartest person in the world. You couldn't lose. And then a lot of us found out that that was a special opportunity in the market. And it would not last. And so many of us who really liked trading, even when it was difficult, thought, let's learn how to trade like grown-ups and try to figure this out. And which is what we've done very effectively with the Pulsewave trading system. But anyway, everybody can lose money. Know what you're doing. You're responsible for your own trades. Yeah. And anything to add to that, Dex?
Nope.
Cool.
Just use risk capital. If you want to look at our disclaimer, you can go to the website. It's right there.
Yeah, and when we say by risk capital is it's money that you could lose that you don't gotta. It's not gonna ruin your life. It's not gonna stress you out. So we don't want
exactly. It's not rent money. You're not playing with rent money.
I remembered. We came back around to it. So we've been talking about forex a lot. I remember, Dex. It popped right back into my brain, and it has to do with risk capital, and it has to do with emotional trading. Because you'll find from Dex and I, Dex is very consistent about this. We're very consistent about this, that one of the hardest parts of trading is disciplining your emotions, is disciplining your actions when you're in a trade. And so from the price triggers getting you into the market to using the pop method to get out of the market in profit, or to use the pop method to limit your losses, we take the emotion out of it. We show you, we give you plenty of options so that you're in control of what you're doing. We're not trading for you. We're not giving you financial advice. We're giving you access to our reports and the methodology behind the reports. And we show you how to do that very quickly, very easily. And so the great thing that I finally remembered what I was talking about is that we take the emotion out of it. And so, like, for example, you can do paper trading with forex. And me and Dex always say, hey, even if it's $30, actually fund your forex account. We don't get like a $10 kickback for that. They don't have that program at oand.com, fortunately. So that's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because we know that trading paper, you'll go, wow, this is great. This is so easy. This is wonderful. And then all of a sudden there's 30 cents on the line and you lose your mind.
Exactly.
People just lose it once there's any real money. And so that's why we say, you know, the using the price triggers and taking the emotion out of it is so important, because there's going to be emotion in it anyway. And you want to really know where your head's at. All right. So this is the 20-minute webinar. We've been chatting for 20 minutes already. So let's boil down to this. And folks, if there's anything in particular, throw it up in the comments. We do these webinars all the time, and so we're very flexible about them. That said, if you're here for like real nuts and bolts and we're not talking about it enough, please feel free to drop it in the live chat and we'll get back on it. So here we go.
I know, right?
What do I need to start pulse waving? Let's look at this. So
you need money.
But not a lot. Not a lot.
Yeah, but you do need money.
You need some. You need some. First, you're going to need a brokerage account of some type. And at Pulsewave Trading, we do it all. Cryptos are a big part of what we do, but Dex's focus is usually on equities and futures. So we do it all. With your Pulsewave memberships, we have price triggers for forex, for cryptos, and for stocks, futures, and so on. Even foreign equities. We've got a great report on that for our pro members. So brokerage account, if you are, in fact, this is a good time for me to actually bring up our website. So bear with me a sec, folks. There we go. This is our trading dashboard at pulsewavetrading.com. Anybody could see this, by the way. Even if you're not logged in, you can see this and see what's going on. And I better pause this live stream before it starts playing through my speakers. Hey, this is our 100th live stream since we did this thing. That's cool.
Wow, we've been burning the candle, haven't we?
Look at that, bro. 100. This is our 100th live stream. That's so cool. Didn't even realize that. So our dashboard, which anyone can access, it used to be that you had to log in to see our dashboard. Our dashboard has the price trigger reports, including the free one. And if you have a free membership, just go to Pulsewave Trading. You'll see free membership. We have free membership buttons just about everywhere on the site, because that's one of our cooler things that we have. But if you have that free membership, you're able to click on that report. And right on that page, this is the free price trigger of the week, which Dex again, I think there were small profits almost every day, or sometimes big profits. One of the big
killed it this week.
Yeah, killed it. One of the bigger days. I was helping people with the stop losses, but I wasn't in. I just, I missed it. I was doing something the night before, and man, they killed it on the short. They did really well. And dude, I gotta pause and say that these new dynamic stops on the report. Oh my goodness, do they make things more fun and interesting and powerful? It's so good. I love it. So on that report page, we have a few things. We've got your report right there, and we've got a thing called our trading launch bar. And there's a typo in it, so I hate looking at it. But our trading launch bar will help you launch the actual brokerage accounts that we tend to use. Now, you could use whatever accounts you want as long as they work with the system. But these are the ones that we teach people on. Okay. So, for example, when I show you how to use the POP method and how to use our charts, we use TradingView. So there's a link right here to open the chart in TradingView. You don't even have to do that yourself. For cryptos, we tend to use KuCoin or Binance. I got to check Binance out and see what they're doing these days. I stopped using Binance when they started announcing all their US stuff, just for convenience sake. So KuCoin.com has worked very well for me. That's where we do our Bitcoin contract trading for BTC, the BTC USD pair, which is available, for our Plus members. And then for forex, we trade micro forex using oanda.com. Of course, you could use whatever platform, but that's a really easy to use platform. Both of these don't have any minimum. You can create the account, have the account, and fund the account with and there's my spelling. How did I do that? I think that was like a web issue. But both of these, you can fund them with very little. You could throw $50 worth of Bitcoin in KuCoin, or $50 with a debit card instantly into oanda.com and start using those accounts. So that's really great. For equities, it's a little more complicated, and I don't think we want to get too far into that, but you do need some more money to open a Thinkorswim account, which is what we tend to use if you're going to trade instruments, like if you want to trade Apple stock or Google or futures contracts or so on and so forth. Then you're going to want to use Thinkorswim in most cases. And they do require that you put $3,000 in there to get the account open for trading. You don't have to maintain $3,000 in the account, but you do need it to get it working. Right, Dex? I say that right? Oh, you muted.
No,
yourself.
you did not. Yes, you did.
Please. Oh,
no,
I did?
You did. Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's Dex's world. So I always confirm things before I ask that. So yeah, those are the basic accounts, and that brings us to the next question. You need a brokerage account of some type. Those are very easy for you to set up. Then you need some capital, but not a lot. As I said, kind of already covered this. If you want to trade cryptos or forex, you can get started with that with virtually no money. Dex always recommends about $250 to $500 for forex. It makes sense for cryptos as well, so that you have some real money you can work with and grow your account from there. And I got to say, one of the things that is kind of like making me really happy these days, that's how I'll say it, is that with our new membership starting at only $69, it really is much more realistic for somebody with a small trading account to get something valuable out of our service. Is that a good way to say it? Like, in the past, our membership started at a much
that's perfect.
higher price.
Basically,
yeah, it was a higher.
You're going in and out.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
All right, it might be you because I'm on a hard line. All right, you got me. I'm okay.
You sound a little robotic.
All right, in comments, let us know. Is it me or is it because I hear you okay? So it might be me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just so people know,
Jen is saying I'm good on the live stream. So
okay.
Yeah.
I designed this system to work with small account sizes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made sure that you could work with anywhere from $250 to $500 size account. We'll just round it off and say the average small account size of $500. That's how I designed it, because you're trading micro forex, which allows you to trade for as low as a penny a pip. So, you're not going to get rich off of that, but you will make more money than the cost of your subscription, and you will make more money than if you were to stick your money in a bank and get 0.00001% interest.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have greater potential on this side of the fence.
Yeah. Hey, Luz said, I can't get the name. Open a Thinkorswim at $100. Hey, elaborate for us. I'm not sure. Tell us what you mean by that in the comments. Like if you had any issues or restrictions, let us know. Maybe something's changed or they have some limited use.
Well, you can open the account with anything.
Okay.
But if you want to be able to start trading,
yeah,
I think that you have to bring the balance up to 1,000 unless they change that amount. But I do know
I thought it was
that you don't have to have any money to open the account.
Okay, cool.
But before you can start trading, you obviously have to fund the account.
And they do have paper trading, by the way. Like we said, we don't recommend.
Yeah, they do.
If you can't afford to get the account trading, you can start trying and figuring it out. So that's good. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. Next one. You need a way to choose your trades and you need a way to manage your trades. And that's really obviously what our system is about. And this is true of anybody. It's just that we have a really great way to do it on both accounts. So let me pull up. Oh, I thought I had a window open for this. Let me grab another window. I must have closed it. I'm very, I have really good window hygiene. So I tend to close them instead of just leaving them. So you need a way to choose your trades. And obviously, I mean, that's really what the, oh, he said he already traded too. Oh, interesting. Oh, we're gonna have to check that out. Maybe they changed something, made it even easier for us.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That would be incredible.
All the more reason for people to upgrade to a pro account. So
yeah, no, real talk.
Yeah,
real talk.
Especially if you can trade with smaller amounts. Okay, so here's how we choose trades. We have our price trigger reports, which are posted every evening. When they are posted, we alert people right here in our Slack room. We do that in our free room as well. For those who are following the free price trigger trade of the week, we had a bazillion people come in this room this week. Welcome everybody. And we post updates when things are happening. And in fact, Dex posted something earlier this week about his special free thing that he wanted to let people know. And that was awesome. So we let people know that the reports have been updated, and where they've been updated is right here on your trading dashboard. So for example,
hold on 1 second. Anyone who did take advantage of that freebie I threw out the other day, there is an update that has been posted on the site, on both sites, both the free chat and the premium chat. I posted an update. I have liquidated that position. Someone in the trading room posted 2 articles about it, so I decided to go ahead and liquidate. Then I looked at getting into another one, did not get filled on that one, and so that one's liquidating too. Seems like there's a big round of ETF liquidations coming up. So thanks guys for bringing that to my attention. I am now sidelined. I'm not long any of those things. I still have that one order working, but I'm about to cancel it. And then once I make my new decision, what I'm getting into, I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, didn't work out. We got out.
All right,
Did tell you it was risky.
Hold on. I'm trying.
You have stolen my dreams.
So it took me. My timing is way off. I hit it and it was muted. And oh man.
No, anyway. But that's still perfect. That's still perfect. Awesome, man. Love it.
So here's our price trigger. So for example, here's my 2 favorite reports. These come with your Plus membership. This is the new cool thing that we're really excited about is the action pack, because they start at just $69 a month, which is like super ridiculous. 6 crypto USD pairs and 3 forex pairs. But we are also at the same time have our Plus membership, which includes our full crypto report, both BTC and USD pairs. And for those of you who don't know what that means, you want both. That's your goal. As well as our full forex report. So there's like 19 cryptos in each of those reports and something like 39 forex, but basically all the forex you need to worry about. Forex is one of those things that has lots and lots of things you can trade, but only a few things you really want to. So that's our dashboard. And the way we choose is, I'll just open up, for example, Bitcoin, which I am long Bitcoin right now, thanks to the price trigger reports. Again, didn't have to think about it. Just put in 2 orders last night. And then this morning I was making money. It was that simple. So here's our full crypto USD report. I'm going to make this full screen, Dex.
Look at Frank styling on everybody. He basically was like, "Ha ha! I got the PulseWave price triggers, and you don't. I'm making money, and you won't."
Like, I
just styled on him.
All right, so here's the whole report. It has our buy trigger for the day. This is Bitcoin Cash. It has our sell trigger for the day. It has the stop losses. Okay, and we teach you how to use these. And you might look at those as a non-member or somebody who hasn't read the Pulsewaves and gone, "That's weird. I don't understand that. And this didn't happen, and that did happen, and blah blah blah." The truth is, you learn how to use these triggers. It's very, very straightforward. And then, to give you even more information beyond the most important information, which is the price trigger itself, which, yes, you are getting a sneak peek of here, but it's a Friday. It's almost Friday afternoon, so don't do anything stupid. You have our
I don't trade on Take Back Fridays. People who watch me and follow me, you know that.
Yep.
Except for special occasions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that reminds me of something else you do as a pro trader that I really love, which is you do the thing I thought would make you rich as a trader is a thing you never do, which is just make stupid positions ready on like FOMC day, just in case, and stupid positions ready just in case this and just in case that. You don't do that hardly ever. And it's funny, the times when you think, oh, this is when you're going to get rich as a trader because this could crash and that could crash, you're usually completely sidelined waiting to see what the market does. And it's like,
yep,
wow, I always thought the way to become rich as a trader was to outthink the market and get lucky. And it's like, no, that's how you blow up your account.
Yeah. Luck has zero to do with it.
That's called
if it was about luck, then a lot more people who tend to be very lucky in life would be very successful in trading. Yeah. But it's the opposite way. Those people who get into this end up paying for my new yacht. And I appreciate it. We need more people to come in like you who don't have the Pulsewave system. Mm-hmm. Because you guys feed the market. So thank you so much.
Yeah, you're the ones.
Everyone who doesn't use the Pulsewave system, thank you. So my children, thank you. I thank you. I just want to take this time out to say that without you, none of this would be possible. So I just want to encourage you all who are not with the Pulsewave system to continue to stay that way and continue to trade heavily in these markets, providing liquidity for me and my family. I really appreciate it. So hats off to all the non-Pulse waivers out there. Peace.
How dare you?
I'm laughing, just waiting. Dude, I'm out of date. My memes be old. All I got is Greta on there. I got Tommy Wiseau on here somewhere. Let's see where.
Yeah, but Greta's perfect though.
She is perfect. Oh my god. So, I almost hit very controversial soundbite. All right, so back to this. You get me off track, Dex. So we have our rally and crash alerts, and so that shows you if there's likely to be a rally in the next 24 to 78 hours. But really, you're thinking about it mostly for the next day. And then the trend momentum shows you the market conditions. So, for example, let's look at. Let's see. So Bitcoin had a primary rally alert, which I was surprised to see. And it played out. Now, here's the thing. I didn't make my decision because there's a rally alert. I really didn't even look at it. I just put my buy order in and I put my sell order in. And my buy order triggered and I'm making money. That's how I use the system. It's that simple. There are some times when I make a more careful decision based on what I'm going to be doing that day or whatever. But yeah, it's so primary rally alert, expect higher prices. If there's a downtrend, short-term bottom could be now in place. The market. Well, how do I know, Dex? I'm not a professional trader. Well, right here it tells me the market is downtrending with strong negative momentum behind it. Extreme selling pressure locked in, bearish down momentum. You say, wait a minute, but there's a rally alert. Yeah, the rally alert said if there's a downtrend, it could be a bottom. So there's a rally alert. And that's exactly what happened.
Say it again.
That's exactly what happened.
Awesome.
Sorry, I just got excited.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on.
That's right.
It's my favorite quote of all time. Michael Keaton. So
hey, yo, that's facts. That's true facts. Ask anyone that is in this current live that is already a member and they like to go in the webinars and see if they can learn something new. Ask anyone I'm here. You know, they'll tell you. Ask around. They'll tell you.
Yeah,
we've been having a great old time in these markets this week.
Yeah, well, it's not just the market. So the triggers, whatever you did, the triggers have been good since I've ever tasted them. But like, I don't know, Dex. Like, you know, you're always saying to me, I'm in the lab, working on this, working on that. I'm like, awesome, man, great. But then like, whew, it's like all the lab blew up at once all of a sudden, because it's just like every day. It's sometimes I'm like, oh man, I gotta update my stops because the trade's live. Oh, I'm making money again. It's like annoying. So BTC, it's like Trump said, man. You really do. Every once in a while, you're like, do I have to win so hard today? So anyway, so here's what you would do to choose those trades, because remember what we're talking about. You need a way to choose your trades and a way to manage your trades. So I would just go to the BTC report, the crypto USD, type in BTC because that's all I care about, and it's there. That's it. And I would grab my triggers, or I could look for rally alerts. I could do stuff like this. I could go over here and mess around and sort them based on rally crash alerts. And now it's kind of like, as I'm scrolling through, it's going to go through the rally alerts in order. You know, I mean, this is a shorter report, so you could do that with this report. But usually the way we choose trades is, most of us will have sort of a short list of things we like. You can guess what it is at the top of mine. And then from there, we'll sort of look at those for the night and choose our orders. Or if you're like me, you'll literally just trade the same things every night and not even worry about it. And it often works out very well. So yeah, very easy to figure out what you want to trade. The only thing I caution against with the Pulsewave price trigger, especially if you have like a pro account, is analysis paralysis because we gave you too much orders. Or if you're like me, oh wait, that's literally me. Just trade the same things. That's me 5 minutes ago talking to us. There it is. I had to mute myself. It was the live stream popping on. So the one thing I would caution is, if you're a pro member, you could have, you know, there's 1,300 equities here, a few thousand of foreign equities if you're in Australia or Canada. And in that case, you really do want to get yourself a little watch list. Dex and I would be happy to point you to some of our favorites if you're not sure what you want to start with. So don't worry. We help you. We walk you through everything when you become a member. You have your membership orientation. Look at this. By the way, if any of you I had a guy active duty in a godforsaken hellhole outside the United States. And he said, oh, my membership orientation doesn't work. He can't run it. So Jen and I yesterday changed service providers to make sure that people overseas could watch these. So you just click on any of these and it's going to look at this handsome cat. What a ridiculous face I made. These will walk you through getting started. So we even show you little things like how to use our Slack chat so you could set up alerts so you could find out whenever Dex has a thought or whatever. Our membership orientation and how to set up your charts and all these links and stuff. That's just you get this as part of the free membership, let alone the premium. So everybody starts there, really useful. So that's how you would choose your trades using the reports, and then you need a way to manage your trades. So this is a good time for me to go over something we call pick order pop. Pick order pop. I need like a pick order pop theme song, like a really quick jingle that plays. I'll work on that. So here's pick order pop. Pick order pop is the way I summarize what a pulse waiver does on an average day. Okay. And it comes, and I kind of been talking through this since we've been discussing this, and that is, you start by choosing your trades from the price trigger reports, and that's going to be based on your preferences, be based on what you're trading, and pretty soon you'll get into a groove with that. For example, I'm building a page right now, Dex, where we talk about forex, and I have I think it was a list of 5 favorite pairs that you like to trade. So, you know, stuff like that, resources that help you choose.
Right. Then
you place your orders. We take you by the hand on these report pages. Let me find one. Now this is the free one, so I got to change these out too. This is the other place where that guy would have problems. We show you how to pick, which I already really did just now. And then we show you tutorials on how to place specific orders. So on this page, there's 2, because this is the one page where we have 2 types of instruments. We have both forex and cryptos. So we have that right built into the page. We'll show you how to do it. And then pop is the last part of it. Pop is a method we use where you could open up a chart, look at it for a minute, not even, and figure out how to get where to move your stop loss on an active trade. So you put it all together We choose our trades from price trigger reports. We place our orders using stop orders. Dex referred to that earlier. And then we use the POP method to lock in profits and limit downside. And the cool thing is this is the only thing you don't get with your free membership. This is a great reason. This is a great reason to upgrade to the action pack or the plus membership to learn that POP method. It's really worth your while. So you'll be able to look at a chart like this and look at a couple of indicators which we give you, or at least tell you how to add them very simply using any modern trading chart system, usually built into your platforms. Be able to look at it and say, okay, I'm in a live trade and I've got 100 pips in forex, or I'm making money on Bitcoin Cash or whatever it is. We show you how to take something, a chart like this, and within seconds you'll know literally 8 different options, but you'll know your first 2 or 3 options for a smart stop loss, and you'll be able to do it. So for example, this is what I do on a, let me find some of my posts. This will illustrate what we do. This is let's see, here's a stop loss alert. I'll make that big so you guys can see it. I post these in our free room. I do that. We don't do this for our paid members because you know how to do this on your own. You don't need this. But for our free members, they don't know how to use the POP method, so I do it for them and post these. So you'll see whenever I post a stop loss alert, I give 2 options, and I'll often give a little commentary on those options. So let me find one where I do. So here was one yesterday. Your option was to close it now and take the loss, or to give it some time to develop. And it may, by the way, it did. It did develop, and there was a nice little gain on it. Here's a better example. This was from the previous day. Option, if you want to lock in profit, close it. It was at a good point to close it. And how did I know that? Because I looked at the POP method and said, oh yeah, this now's the time to just get out. Option B, if I wanted to give it more time to develop, I would use that using the POP method. And then option C was in forex, you could set a trailing stop. And that was one of my options for that, which, by the way, I believe would have worked out very well for you. So the POP method, here's the thing. It took me longer to read that to you than it did for me to get my stops figured out. It took me literally 10 seconds to figure all that out using the POP method. And again, I'm not a pro trader. I'm just the guy that builds the website and hangs out with Dex all day. The POP method is what enables you to do that. And it's very, very useful, very powerful. Another couple things, folks. This is just the free account at Pulsewave Trading. Every morning, our executive cat trader, I can't believe I got her to call herself that. I might be a cult leader if I convince someone to do that, Dex. She's the executive cat trader. Like that's her name.
That's a scary thought, my man. Scary thought.
I mean, like someone who manipulates their friends that hard, you don't want to be friends with that guy. So, no, I'm kidding. She thinks it's funny. So she posts every morning everything we're doing that day. And folks, look at Pulsewave Trading. I'm really proud of all the stuff we're doing, Dex. This is an average day at Pulsewave Trading. I mean, well, this day was above average because we had FOMC, but 3 live broadcasts and a free webinar. And that's just the stuff we put out to the public. So you can imagine once you have a premium membership, all the great stuff you're going to have access to. And improving. We're always adding to it. We never stop with this stuff. We really don't. We always say, oh yeah, I'll be done. The website will be good. And then the next week we have some other idea.
That's the truth.
I'm always saying
that is the truth.
I'm always saying to my wife, yeah, no, things are coming together. It's going to get a lot easier now. And then another creative idea comes.
So I know, we just can't stop. Can't turn off the spigot.
You can't. So that's the POP method. Pick, order, pop. That's Pulsewave Trading. The only other thing I'd add to that is I have another little thing which I'm excited to update now called 4 phases of Pulsewave Trading. And it basically adds just one more thing, and that is updating. Jen said, who wouldn't want to trade cats?
That would be fun if there was a cat market.
Cat market. We got to come up with a game where you just upgrade your cat till it just takes over the world. Video game. So, by the way, before we end, let me explain to people why she's the executive cat trader, and I'll do that. Remind me. But yeah, with the 4 phases of Pulsewave Trading, the only thing I would add to this is if you have orders that haven't filled at the beginning of the next trading day or when the reports are posted, you would update those orders. That's really the only other thing in terms of your daily workflow as a Pulsewave trader. You know, updating orders, adding to orders. And that's stuff you learn pretty quickly. It's very easy. So That's it, man. You've come up with quite a great system here at Pulsewave Trading. So
Thank you.
oh, this is a good question from JB89. I'll let you think about that, Dex, while I tell people why Jen is the executive cat trader. We're hanging out one day, and we were talking about funny comments on some of our videos. Someone was making fun of us or something like that. And Jen says, oh, yeah, I used to get that back when I had my blog when it went viral. I said, what? She's like, well, you know, I used to have a blog. It was kind of famous. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, I'm like one of the OG cat bloggers. And then she shows me proof that she's considered like one of the first original legendary internet BS posters, like people who just posted stuff. So she had a blog about her cat and people loved it. And she actually got like semi-famous from it. So we have a celebrity on the team, folks, not just Dex. We have the famous executive cat lady. So, but she's awesome, and we appreciate her so much. She does such a great job here at Pulsewave Trading.
Yes, we're very, very, very fortunate to have her.
I tell everybody that our assistant is this famous cat blogger, and I'm gonna get her to bring it back. So, it's coming back. So, okay, so Kyle's into the cats. We get it. All right, we better wrap it up. Now we're just bothering people. Although, wait, we did have a question from JB89. Welcome. Glad you're here. He's a pulse waiver. Any energy plays left, Dex? Any thoughts on that?
I'm thinking about it, man. I'm going to have to do some mulling it over the weekend. Right now, I do not have anything, if I can quote once again from one of the funniest TV shows on TV ever. It was an episode of Martin when Cole was asked a question and they said, "Doo-doo-doo. The thought you have reached is not available, and there is no new thought available." So
your reach is not available. I should get that on a T-shirt, man. That's like the story.
Yeah. So I'm blank. I have nothing.
It's Take Back Friday. We used our decks up for the week.
Yeah, you used all your algo capital up all week.
Yeah, he needs.
I'm really going to think about it. I'm going to have to see how the markets close, and I'm going to have to run the numbers, look at what the system is saying, look at the charts, and if there's a play, of course, I'm gonna jump all over it, and I will tell you guys about it for those that want to know what I'm doing. Believe it or not, there are people who want to know what am I doing. They always ask, "What are you trading? What are you into?" And then I will proceed to tell them. So I will let you guys know. Right now, there is no new play as of this particular moment. I just don't have anything to tell you. I'm like, oh, that's another quote from my what is it? I think it's How to Marry a Millionaire. When the son was confronted by Marilyn Monroe, she confronted the quote unquote fiance and the father, and she broke him down because they were like, you're nothing but a gold digger. And she was like, well, isn't a woman being pretty like a man being rich? And then she was like, you want certain things, and so why is it wrong for me to want those things? And then she asked the dad, she was like, if you had a daughter, would you want her to marry a broke dude? And then he was like, well, I and then he looked at the son and said, son, I don't know what to tell you. Because he was like, hey, they told me you were stupid. She's not stupid at all.
That's great.
So that's where I'm at right now, son. I just don't know what to tell you.
I remember
I don't have any plays right now, but I will let y'all know if I have anything.
It's funny, I was such an idealistic young man. I went into ministry. I didn't care anything about money. Then you have kids and realize how much you got to take care of them. That's what helped me appreciate money.
Well, see,
I was ready to save the world, walk around in sandals and stuff. And then you have your kids and you say, yeah, things are not the way I thought they were.
Well, for me, my situation was a little bit sadder. It was a little bit more tragic. I had a lot of tragedy that happened in my life. And not that I'm looking for sympathy or anything, but for me, my family was diagnosed, all of them, my wife and my kids, they were all diagnosed with Haftuicus ictus. Haftuicus ictus means that they have to eat every day. And I didn't even know that such a thing existed, but
Every day.
The doctor said that, yeah, it's a condition and it means you have to eat every day.
It's amazing.
And you know, I don't wish that on anyone. You guys are fortunate that you don't have to eat every day. You eat like probably like once a month or something like that. So yeah, but for me, I have to, you know, it's a thing. They have to eat. What am I supposed to do?
Yep. Yeah, not everybody could be like our friend John, who eats every 48 hours or whatever.
You mean like 48 days?
No, remember we had Singleton on. He was talking about his fasting.
Yeah,
He's every 30 hours. He's amazing, man. He's amazing. Yeah, hey folks, we talked about memberships. Head over. We don't usually show this, but we've got some new options I want our Pulse Waivers to know about. So we got our Action Pack, our PulseWave Plus, but then there's also a new 3-month option where you get almost a free month if you go to 3-month billing. It's actually ridiculously good. You get almost a free month every 3 months. So check that out. That's for pro membership. We, like I said, we have our $69 a month thing. Huge savings on yearly packages if you're interested. The really big one, you have to reach out to me because we only take BTC for it. But the other ones you could buy right there with cash, your debit card right on the site. So more BTC options coming. I know people really love that. And when we updated our website, it just we had some problems with our service provider and we weren't able to offer it right away. So we'll get that up for you guys soon. But if you want to pay in BTC, especially, we don't do it for Plus or Action Packs. That's honestly, it's too much work for us to process those memberships with BTC. But if you want a pro membership monthly, we do accept BTC for that. Just reach out to support on our website. Really easy to get a hold of us, and we'll set you up with that. So
we got your back. We got your back, man. Come break bread with us. These prices are ridiculously low, and we know it, and that's because we're trying to help as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So if we can help as many people as possible before they bring this whole system down on top of everybody's heads, then we've successfully did our job. But we know some people are going to nut up, and they're not going to listen, and they're going to just get ran over. Yep. So don't be that person. Don't get run over. And also don't miss, because on the back of this, regardless of what's about to take place, there's going to be tremendous opportunity that you see like once in a lifetime. And you don't want to miss that. Yeah. And I don't want you to miss it. There'll be time to back up the truck soon. Everything from gold miners to gold futures to gold spot, you name it. We're about to see some fireworks. So
that's the idea.
You know it.
Yeah, man. Excellent. All right, cool. Check it out, folks. Action Pack is worth your while to get started. Very easy to do. And we'll be here for you. So it's going to be fun. All right, cool. Going to be an interesting few weeks. But, you know, you brought up that last thought that I had. The opportunities, you know, we're all taking this very seriously, but there are opportunities here. And there aren't a lot of opportunities out there. It's funny, Dex. I was picking up my bass. You know, I've been playing bass a lot lately, and yep. So I had a bass in the shop getting set up, and I went in to grab it, and it's funny. The cats were in there, and I'm like, so what are you guys doing? And he's like, we're so busy. We're doing only repairs. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was sure that you would clear up and I could get some of my guitars worked on because these guys are really good. They have like a 2-week wait, you know? And wow. Dude, I cannot part with my main guitar for 2 weeks. I don't know what I would do. I used to have like 1 million guitars and now I'm down to just like my favorites. So it's like, it actually made it worse because I can't distract myself with these other BS guitars that I had. So, so now it's like, I got to find an opportunity to get it worked on. But the guy said, no, dude, he said, everybody got all their gigs are canceled. So everybody's going to record albums during the coronavirus. And I said, what?
Wow.
Yeah, they all brought their guitars in to get fixed because they're going to go in the studio next week. He said, our whole business is repairs now. Because they had to shut all their lessons down and stuff. They're doing the lessons over the internet. But I just think it's interesting to see what people are trying to do. I mean, most people are just panicking and losing their minds. But people in the food industry, entertainment people have been destroyed by this because everything's canceled. You know, I'm not talking about rich Hollywood folks. I'm talking about people who work, in bands and bars,
Right.
and restaurants. Those people are really, they don't know what to do. So at least there's a silver lining. They're figuring out some creative use of the time. So
Yeah, it's a terrible situation all the way around, for sure.
we got a comment here. I usually don't pull these up, but tier 3 access. Oh, okay. That's a question about account setup. Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you, Dex, before we let everybody go and end the broadcast. There were some questions about account setup, which I know is something near and dear to your heart when it comes to Thinkorswim. So maybe jump in the free chat. They're looking for help with that. Get them.
I think is that the one from yesterday? I answered that one.
I think there's a new one. There's a new one.
Okay.
But just now, actually. All right. Thanks, everybody. Now we're just babbling in front of people. We'll let you go. Thanks for watching. And head over to PulseWaveTrading.com. Get started riding these pulse waves. You're going to love it, and we're going to love having you. All right, everybody. Take care. We're over and out.